But good evening. On behalf of Harrisburg University, welcome to the 2025 Annual Gala. Tonight is all about celebrating success, honoring leaders who've greatly aided our community and our university, and highlighting our continued momentum as HU reaches new milestones. Our student body is growing, our academic and professional development programs are evolving to answer local opportunities and regional challenges. And our Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship continues to help business founders from across the country and the world bring their inventions and innovations to life. I'd like to take a moment to recognize a few important organizations that have gone above and beyond to ensure our time together tonight is a celebration to remember. First, thank you to the evening program and award sponsor, Select Medical. Select Medical is a tremendous supporter of HU, but you should also know that the commitment Select Medical has made extends far beyond this evening. Select Medical has walked in step with us since day one and year after year. They continue to support our mission and their commitment of resources, time, and talent. We feel similarly about our friends from Capital Blue Cross, who have graciously sponsored our dinner tonight. Capital Blue Cross's commitment to making our region healthier and more prosperous is admirable, and we deeply appreciate your ongoing support of our student body and our network of partners. We also extend our heartfelt appreciation to the sponsor of tonight's program, Members First Federal Credit Union, for all you do for Harrisburg University and Central Pennsylvania. And after our, And after our dinner and program, we will enjoy a delicious dessert reception generously supported by UPMC. UPMC is an enduring friend, an ally to HU, and its mission of building a better healthcare ecosystem in Central Pennsylvania. We thank UPMC for their partnership in advancing wellness and health sciences in our community. Tonight you will hear how Harrisburg University continues to challenge and support its learners with the goal of producing tomorrow's leaders. You will hear about some of the exciting things we're doing today and where we plan to go in the future. You'll also hear from our 2025 Impact Award recipient, the Asian Indian Americans of Central Pennsylvania, better known as AIACPA. To get us started, I'd like to introduce the leader of Harrisburg University of Science and Technology. His rider requires I mention he's our founding chairman, Donna Shankweiler's husband, and most important, Margot's grandfather. Ladies and gentlemen, our interim president, Dave Shankweiler.
I've served as interim president at Harrisburg University since last November. These few months have been interesting to say the least, but it's also been very exciting. I've been a part of the HU community for 25 years, as Ryan said, as a volunteer and chair of the founding board of trustees for the first 10 years. I've had a front row seat to what it looks like to build a university from the ground up. I've always known this place has a remarkable story, but I honestly didn't know the half of it. Now that I sit in the president's seat and see the daily activities and the breadth and depth of what occurs at HU, I'm impressed all over again every day by the mission, the passion, the educational opportunities, the research, our students, faculty, staff, and board. Many higher education institutions are struggling right now, and as you may know or have read, we too have had our challenges this past year. But please know, thanks to the generosity of donors like yourselves and the tireless work of my colleagues at HU, our university is stable and stands ready to capitalize on the tremendous opportunities ahead. Thank you. The work done over the last few months to get our house in order has been, and I don't say this lightly, astonishing. We knew the math wasn't adding up anymore, and some things had to change. I read somewhere that STEM schools are good at math, so we broke out our slide rules and we got to work. As a result, we are in a better position than ever to focus on the degrees and programs that deliver the strongest return for us, for our students, and for our region. Many of you have helped us with this difficult transition. I'm continually grateful for each of our donors, advisors, and volunteers. So, How are we doing? That's the first question everybody asks me, but they usually do it this way. Dave, how are you doing? No, it should be, Dave, how are you doing? I'd like to share a few reasons why I believe in Harrisburg University, what has reinvigorated my faith in our mission, and why I'm so optimistic about our future. In 2025, U.S. News and World Report declared Harrisburg University the number 16 most innovative school among northern universities. We should applaud that. Breaking the top 20 is a feat that many older schools have taken far longer to achieve. Our mandate is strong, our mission is timely, and we have momentum on our side. This isn't a place where innovative concepts are just taught. It's also where hands-on experiential learning is used to question, test, and push the limits. Ryan mentioned our Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, better known as the CIE. CIE has received over 300 applications from potential business startups to be housed in our incubator. They've delivered over 25 programs, supported more than 50 business ideas, incubated 21 companies, and assisted in raising millions of dollars in investment for these young companies. In February, CIE received the 2025 Inspiring Programs in Business Award, signifying an exemplary record of empowering business leaders, especially those from underrepresented backgrounds. Today, some of those businesses incubated at CIE have valuations reaching the tens of millions. Our Stormworks Research Center, focusing on 3D printing, reverse engineering, material sciences, and advanced manufacturing, continues to secure new partnerships with companies and sign new R&D agreements with every branch of the armed forces, major innovators, and globe-spanning organizations like the Defense Logistics Agency. HU has a global reach, and we mean it. We've recently added new health sciences offerings, including a new undergraduate program in exercise science, and our new Doctor of Physical Therapy program is quickly approaching the launch of its first class. At every turn, we're working closely with healthcare leaders to ensure our nursing programs reflect real-world needs in Pennsylvania. From nursing degrees and concentrations to our close partnership with the UPMC Shadyside School of Nursing, we continue to honor our mandate to help keep our Commonwealth healthy. We've added new courses focused on artificial intelligence with applications in analytics, computer science, cybersecurity, and project management. The environmental science program is expanding too, with new concentrations focused on agriculture, resource management, and sustainability. HU has even been selected for inclusion in the Federal Aviation Administration training initiatives to help ensure a bright future for drone and airplane pilots, flight control specialists, and aerospace engineers. Our faculty are always looking at the newest technologies and scientific developments. This industry awareness informs each proposal for new programming that our faculty members bring to the curriculum committee. As befits a STEM-focused institution, HU is always evolving. This is just a brief highlight of what is happening at Harrisburg University. There is so much more I could tell you. If I had another 3 hours, you would be amazed. My friends, I drive them crazy with all that we're doing. And like any complex system requires, we're measuring the impact of our work. We are proud to share that our class of 2024 career outcome success rate is 96%, a 3% increase from 2023. What that number, that 96%, represents is the number of students who find employment, enroll in a graduate program, or choose to serve in the armed forces within 6 months of graduation. Our community of learners and alumni continue to grow across all of our programs and platforms. Something a lot of people don't know about, our college in the high school program and dual enrollment program serve over 1,300 learners each semester in high schools across Pennsylvania and surrounding states. We train high school faculty to teach our university classes in their high schools so students can earn college credits in ways that complement their high school learning. Meanwhile, our professional development team offers unique experiences for adult learners. Throughout the past year, approximately 5,000 people attended an HU professional education event, course, or training seminar. Enrollment in our academic degrees have more than rebounded from the pandemic years, with strong growth ahead. The class of 2025 was one of our largest yet. Across undergraduate, graduate, and doctoral studies, HU is home to almost 3,400 learners at every stage of their careers. I repeat, home to 3,400 learners. My favorite part of the day is when I walk around the campus and I get to stop and chat with students. My first question to them is, tell me your story. I hear about their life before HU and while at HU. Our young people light up when they tell me how far they've come on their journey and what their life dream is about after leaving HU. The things these students are doing, creating, researching, and dreaming about are extraordinary. Let me tell you one quick story. I stopped a young lady about 2 months ago in the hall, and a lot of them don't know who I am yet, and I surprise them, and then I tell them who I am, and they're like, oh, they get all nervous. I said, tell me your story. And she said, well, before HU and when I was in high school, my mom and I were homeless. And she said, sorry. She said, my mom and I lived in our car or on relatives' floors or wherever, couches or wherever we could go. And then she talked about you, and then she lit up. And she said, and I'm going to dental school next year. That's an amazing story. Sorry, I get emotional about our kids because that's just one of so many stories of success by our undergraduates and our graduate students. Tonight, the best part of the program is that you will hear some of these brilliant and amazing students and graduates. And I know that the young people you're going to hear from, I know their stories, and you are going to be so impressed with them. As interim president, my time at Harrisburg University is limited. But I want you to know what fun I have walking the halls, speaking with our students, and hearing about their projects, hopes, and plans for the future. Our students are the heart and soul of Harrisburg University, and it's a joy to celebrate them with you tonight. We couldn't do any of this without you. All of us at Harrisburg University appreciate you joining us this evening, for believing in us during difficult times, and for helping us to create our future successes. Thank you for being HU proud. And I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you to join us in our mission, or should I say passion, of empowering society through science, technology, and education. We would love to talk to you about starting a scholarship for one of our exceptional students, or helping to fund one of our many educational programs. You could have tremendous impact on the future and the lives of our students. Operators are standing by, so don't rush the door. I'm sitting right up here. Come on up and talk to me, because I'd love to talk to you about the opportunities we have at Harrisburg University. Enjoy the evening and the great food and the fellowship. Thank you for being here.
When I share to donors or partners about Dave and I introduce him, I say, you know, for 3 decades he ran a remarkable publication. And in a lot of ways, I think in those 3 decades, Dave was one of, if not the most trusting voice in central Pennsylvania. And so Dave just told you what to do as the most trusting voice is central Pennsylvania. So my colleague, Pam Lambert, is going to be around asking you to make those investments. And Dave also brings his own script up, and he enjoys me to flip. But we're good here. Donna, if you could address that later. Thank you, Dave. Now I'd like you to join me, all of you, in looking across this sea of faces tonight. What a community this is. And I also see a lot of past Impact honorees, Tim and Mary Weber-Weston, Dr. Ben Chotner, our own Dave Shankweiler, and last year's honoree, Diane Tokarski. Let's give them a round of applause. I can't help but notice, that's the McNeese table, right? You're at, yeah. There's some serious legal firepower over there. 7 brilliant women. And Steve Moore. Steve's clearly a man who surrounds himself with talent. This has been an undertaking like no other, and everybody gathered here tonight should feel proud for helping to build and nurture Harrisburg University. I don't know about you, but it's a thrilling story to watch, and HU's is still being written today. The direct link between what the university does, as Dave mentioned, the students we serve, which are very deserving for him to respond in the way he does, because our students have incredible stories, but most importantly, our continued economic impact on the region. Ryan Unger tells us every day just how valuable we are. We return, on estimate, $8 for every dollar invested in Harrisburg University. The dividend's pretty good. Ultimately, all of our efforts come back to one single focus, and it's our tradition at the annual gala to showcase our most important asset. It says Dave Shankweiler here, but I think our students in what it is. Our first student speaker is Braden Miller. Braden is majoring in information systems and technology, hailing from Millerstown, Pennsylvania, and if he behaves himself on stage tonight, he will graduate in 2026. Joking aside, I count Braden as a colleague. He joins Dave and I on the 14th floor as the marketing and data intern. Please join me in welcoming Braden Miller.
Good evening, everyone. It's truly an honor to be standing up here tonight. My name is Braden Miller, and I'm proud to share with you what my journey looked like as a college and high school student here at Harrisburg University. When I first heard about taking college credits in high school, my honest reaction was, it's way too early for that. The thought of college just seemed so far away at that point. But that night, I went home and I did what very few spoiled kids think to do. I tried to save my parents some money. However, they saw right through me and they knew I just wasn't ready for that college level English yet. So, next thing I knew, I was enrolled in college and the high school. This turned out to be one of the best decisions I've ever made. Through Harrisburg University, I got to experience real college-level learning without leaving my high school classroom. College and the high school is a special type of dual enrollment where HU professors vet and train high school teachers to deliver college-level classes while their students are still in high school. This helped me to make the most of a critical moment in my life. I learned how to manage my time, think critically, and explore new subjects like computer science, calculus, and physics. This head start has been incredibly valuable. I wasn't just learning advanced STEM concepts earlier than I would have, I was getting a jump on earning college credits and paying my way through higher learning. Now, even though my physics midterm says Johnny threw that baseball at Mach 12, it turns out something other than sports did actually interest me. That dual enrollment computer science class didn't just lead me to my IT journey here at HU. The program also gave me something far more valuable. It gave me the ability to graduate early and start my future a whole year sooner. Now, most importantly, I know I wouldn't be standing here today if it wasn't for the scholarships that I received. HU made it possible for me to focus on being a student, not on whether I could afford to be one, and that started early when I was still in high school. Because of this support, I walked into my first real college class with confidence, not fear, and that's something I'll always be grateful for. So, to everyone who makes HU scholarships and programs possible, thank you. You didn't just open a door, you paved a path for my future. I'm very proud to be part of the Harrisburg University community, and I can't wait to see what's ahead. Thank you.
Braden also founded the HU golf team, which started this year. He is a remarkable golfer. And so Dr. Chotner is recently unemployed due to retirement, so we need a good golf coach. And we also need that endowed, so I'll go back to Dave's point again. We're really excited. Congratulations, and thank you, Braden. Next, I'd like to introduce Martin Johnson. Martin graduated 3 weeks ago. Hailing from Washington, D.C., he made a very strong impression, not just here at HU, but also at companies he served during his internship. Please help me in welcoming Martin Johnson.
4 years ago, I began my search for an affordable engineering institution, and I chose Harrisburg University. What pulled me here, and what convinced me that HU was the best fit for me? Well, for starters, it was their apartment-style dorms. As a kid, I grew up with a sense of independence, and since HU is a city campus, it gave me the chance to live on my own terms and experience different aspects of adulthood in supported environments. Also, not having to share a dorm bathroom with the rest of my floor was a nice bonus. Another factor was the university's scholarships and overall cost of attendance. The cost of attending HU was far less than the other schools that I looked at, and the scholarships I received here covered about half of it. So yes, I was baffled that a place like this even existed, and paying far less out of pocket than my peers for an experience of this caliber was incredibly beneficial. My major was the final reason I chose to attend. I didn't have a specific engineering field in mind, so learning different aspects of various engineering disciplines was enticing. It helped me find my footing and a passion within a specific field. So I chose advanced manufacturing, and it became the sea of knowledge I'd sail for the next 4 years, guiding me toward my desired career. At HU, students are required to complete an internship before graduating. So I began working at KVG shortly after returning my trip to Florida, where I participated in a Lunabotics competition. And for those who don't know, Lunabotics is a robotics competition hosted every year by NASA, where teams design and build a robot that can carry out construction work on Earth's moon. So I was proud to be part of HU's first ever Lunabotics team, where I helped them bring back 2 awards from the qualifying events in Florida. The main one being the Best First Year Team Award. Within the first few days of working at KVG, I met John Boyer, the company's CEO. And after calming my nerves down, because I was super nervous meeting him sooner than I'd expect, we talked about my contributions to the company. Now, creating a virtual reality simulation, or VR sim for short, that connects our trade show visitors to our 3D printing workshops or additive manufacturing workshops across the globe was not what I expected. But I accepted the mission and spent the summer bouncing between different programs that can produce a suitable VR sim and brainstorm different ways to capture the live footage from the workshops. And of course, I encountered challenges along the way. The days were long and often left me frustrated when I encountered too many errors in a single day. My coworkers who operated in the different time zones also made communication difficult, but overall, it was an incredible experience. And it made the transition from the classroom to the workforce seamless for me. So thank you to Harrisburg University, thank you to John Boyer and KVG, and thank you to everyone else out there who makes experiences like mine possible. I'll do my best to make you all proud.
We certainly wish you all the best, and thank you for sharing your story with us tonight. I'll also make a note that John Boyer is here today from KVG. Thank you, John, for hosting our intern. Next, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Ashley Bonnet, a senior majoring in biotechnology here at HU. Ashley's made a tremendous impact at our recent research symposium, as well as the Pennsylvania Academy Science Annual Meeting, which was hosted at Harrisburg University last month for its 100th anniversary.
I have to say, standing here today feels surreal. First, let me start by telling you a little bit about myself. I was born in Haiti, but I was raised in Paterson, New Jersey, a city that taught me grit, resilience, and heart. Those same traits followed me into my journey here at Harrisburg University. I started as a biology major, filled with curiosity and ambition. However, the path I envisioned for myself was somewhat murky. That changed when Dr. Yibin Wang, my chemistry professor, encouraged me to consider a future in biochemistry, also research in the field. At first, I was thinking, absolutely not. I was only a sophomore at the time. But that one push altered the entire trajectory of my college career. It led me to Dr. Akeisha Belgrave, who became not just an advisor, but a true mentor. She is the kind of person who will put her all into her students because she wants them to succeed. She'll push you, she'll question you, but she'll also see something in you that you hadn't yet seen in yourself. This past year truly tested me. I wanted to give up on research. I wasn't getting any results, nothing was working, and it felt like I was failing. But Dr. Belgrave wouldn't let me quit. She reminded me that progress often hides behind persistence. Because of her push, the same project that had me ready to give up instead won third place at the Pennsylvania Academy of Science Conference. And first place at the HU Research Symposium, along with the research grant. Dr. Belgrave's grit became mine. But my story isn't just about myself. There are so many people involved. I once heard, "We are all a mosaic of everyone we have ever met." Nothing could be more true. The faculty at Harrisburg University, specifically the INSC program, are a mighty force. Dr. Santai constantly pushes us to think bigger and brighter. Her specificity ensures that her students will become scientists who ask questions, not just scientists who follow a manual. Dr. Wang is the kind of professor who shows up when you need him the most. He is always ready to help, often thinking about our futures before we do. Dr. Harriger makes sure that we don't just present, but represent our best possible effort. His sharp attention to detail is what brings things from good to great. Dr. Jackson brings warmth and empathy, reminding us of our humanity in times of stress, worry, and confusion. And then there's Erica Ward. Her presence saved my experiments more times than I can count. She is not only passionate and precise in her field, but her personality encourages you to push beyond what you ever thought you could do. And my family and friends. They have built a support system for me that could weather any storm. Without them, I wouldn't be standing in front of you today. Outside of academics, I was told to brag a little bit. I became a certified pharmacy technician, a sterile processing technician, and a resident assistant while maintaining a 3.7 GPA. But more than that, more than grades or titles, what I leave HU with is confidence. I'm walking proof that with the right people in your corner, you can transform your life. To my mentors, my peers, my family, and everyone who believed in me, thank you. For those who helped me become a scientist with purpose, with a future full of possibility, thank you. It's a joy to be here to share my story. Thank you for listening.
It gives me a great pleasure now to introduce you to Rosalina Riviera. Those who know her best call her Rosie. Rosie walked across the stage just 3 weeks ago and received a Bachelor's of Science in Forensics. She's also a true inspiration for how putting academics into practice can lead to a brighter, better, and more community-focused future.
Thanks for letting me share a few words with you tonight. It's not a stretch to say that my time at Harrisburg University has truly shaped who I am today. It still feels weird to say that I became an official alumni of this amazing university earlier this month. It's been a long time coming, but I'm proud of the journey I took to get here. Thank you. I'm thrilled to say that I'll be starting my full-time job at Eurofins Lab in Lancaster on Monday. Thank you. In my role as a food testing lab technician, I'll have a chance to put all that I've learned into practice and help keep people safe at the same time. In the time I've spent at HU, my biggest accomplishment has been a forensic anthropology project that HU is undertaking with HAC. To simplify it, we discovered 13 skulls and 5 full sets of human remains with no identifying paperwork, which has been used for anthropology classes for years. Some of these bones have been at HAC for over 50 years. That's crazy, right? Thanks to a fellow student from HAC who helped initiate this project, we are now working to give all the skulls an anthropological profile, and we're working to refine these profiles with a high degree of precision, recognizing today's era of mixed racial individuals. From there, we'll be collecting DNA samples from each set of the bones with the help of biotechnology students to possibly identify these individuals. Why is this important? Because science can be a key to human dignity. At the end of the day, these aren't remains but people, and we should have to call them sample A or sample H. We should be calling them by their names. Practicing my hands-on skills on a project with this level of importance to our local community is truly a privilege. And I think that the core of what this university offers, a welcoming and supportive environment, relevant skills, and plenty of opportunities to exercise them. I'd like to personally thank Professor Carrie Wise at HU for making this project possible and for bringing me on board, and to everyone who supported me over the years. Thank you for believing in me.
And for a small contribution to the annual fund, Rosie will tell you how to dispose of a body. No, in all seriousness, we wish you the best for Monday at Eurofins. Don't party too hard tonight. How about that, Eurofins, great company in central Pennsylvania. One of the most impressive things about HU are our student stories and our ability to parallel park in our parking garage. The path that they take and the dreams that they have are really special. It gives me a great pleasure to introduce to you Scott Stevens, who's a recipient of the JPL Da Vinci Promise Scholarship. This unique scholarship greatly supports a student's 4-year journey at Harrisburg University, offering unmatched industry experience and career exploration opportunities. Scott is among the students who Dave passes in the halls and talks to when he's late for meetings, who provides us with a constant smile and good news to share. Scott?
It's hard to believe that I'm on the verge of graduating from college next year, and this is a good moment for me to reflect on where it all began. Sometimes I wake up in the quiet hours of the morning as the sun is still rising, and I spend time thinking back to when I was a little kid and I wanted to be a storyteller. I had always been into movies, video games, and comic books, like thanks to my dad, and partaking in these passions is where I felt most at home. I knew from an early age that whatever I was going to do in the future would revolve around these realms of creativity and to help recreate these experiences I had with my father for everyone else. But the question always remained, how would I get there? So in my teenage years, I continued writing stories and exposing myself to different kinds of influential media, but I always worried that I wasn't on track and that I wasn't progressing the way I should be. It was around this time that I started applying to colleges, and I eventually arrived at Harrisburg University, where I met Professor Charles Palmer of the Interactive Media degree program. Within 30 minutes of my first visit, I was confident that this university was the place for me. The culture that HU has built around hands-on learning from your first day here has been a huge selling point for me, because I knew that from my first day at this school, I could begin fulfilling my dreams of being a storyteller. In that first year, like many college students, I had my fair share of troubles as I balanced school on top of everything else. And as I came out of that first year, I felt at times that my progress wasn't where it needed to be to achieve my dream. One of my favorite Marvel Comics characters, Daredevil, says, "Life's plan is like a beautiful tapestry. And the tragedy of being human is that we only get to see it from the other side with all its ragged threads and muddy colors. And we only get a hint of true beauty that will be revealed if we could see the whole pattern on the other side, and that we get this hint as a means of keeping hope and inspiration alive." It was in these moments after my early days at HU that I realized that I can't let the worry of things not working out keep me from striving for success. So that summer, I kept working hard and I kept honing my skills. And in July of 2023, Professor Palmer recommended me for an internship with JPL, a marketing agency here in Harrisburg. 2 weeks later, I got that internship, and they've covered the full cost of my tuition for my duration at HU. and see where I was initially worried about my progress, I realized in that moment that I was a lot further along than I thought I'd be. While working at JPL, I've gotten an inside look into that industry for about 2 years now, almost 3 years, and I've seen a lot of the creative opportunities available there. JPL has provided me with many opportunities to come to their headquarters, sit in on projects, and work closely with people like Brian Kelly, Tracy Gallagher, and CEO Luke Kemsky. And I can wholeheartedly say, with my first 2 years working here at JPL, they have greatly improved my abilities as someone working in these creative fields. It wouldn't have been possible without HU's constant focus on job readiness. In the same school year, I was lucky enough to land an internship with Athlon, a company based in HU's Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, better known as the CIE. At Athlon, I've been able to work closely with founders Matt and Christina as they've used their passion for sports and health science to improve the physical and mental health of children through gamified activities. I began my journey with them in March of 2024, and it was here that I was able to use my passion for video games and storytelling to further their mission. I will forever be grateful for these experiences with JPL and Athlon, and for the support that I received from Professor Palmer and others who opened the doors at HU. As I stand here nearing the start of my senior year, I sometimes get that same feeling of, have I progressed far enough? Am I doing the right things? Am I where I thought I would be when I was a kid? But in these moments, I have to remember, just because I can't see the results of my work paying off does not mean I should give up. I advise everyone at any point in your life, if you feel this way, to keep pushing because success is just around the corner. And every morning you wake up is another chance to make the most of life. So for everyone out there who's striving for something, no matter how hard things get, keep moving forward, and like a wise man once said, be bold, be original, and be invincible. Thank you for your time. Yeah.
The night's gone by quick. We're on our final student spotlight of the evening, and I'd like to introduce Priya Rajmohan. Priya is in our Masters of Analytics program. Priya is a first-generation college student. I'll let her explain and tell a little about herself, but Priya's story exemplifies the passion, the mission, and the spirit of Harrisburg University and our international students. We've been lucky to have you, Priya, and we can't wait to see where you go from here. Please help me in welcoming to the stage Priya.
Agara mudala eluthellam Adi Bhagavan Mudache Ulagu. That was the first Tirukkural written by a great poet called Thiruvalluvar. It means A is the first of all letters and God is the first in the world. For me, that God came in many forms. My Amma, my Appa, Papa, my 2 sisters, my friends, and of course, the unexpected miracle called Harrisburg University and the amazing people here at Harrisburg, HU. Most people call me Priya, but my full name is Priyadarshini Rajmohan. I'm a proud South Indian from Tamil Nadu and a land famous for filter coffee. We usually call it as filter coffee. Farmers, incredible architecture, and where people still ask, Punnukku America va? A girl going to America? But look at me, Vandutempa, made it. From a very small village all the way to Harrisburg University, to being the first college graduate in my family. And some folks, thank you. And some folks said I wouldn't even get a visa because I joined Harrisburg University. But in the Ponne, this girl cleared it in one shot. HU didn't just give me admission, it gave me a platform and a sense of community. From attending workshops and volunteering, to becoming a student library assistant, to landing my first CEO internship and job at the Pennsylvania Turnpike Commission. It's been a journey of growth, resilience, and discovery. I would like to send out a special thank you to all my professors, Emily and Rebecca from Career Services, and folks on the professional development team, Professor Jen, and my close friends, Girish, Varma, Ranganaihi, and Murugan. Thank you, everyone. And in that journey, the community really mattered. The thing I missed most from India was a sense of togetherness. But I think I found it again here. That's why tonight's Impact Award means so much to me. The Asian Indians American of Central Pennsylvania Association, or AIACPA, has been a pillar of support for the Indian community in Central Pennsylvania. They empower families, celebrate, and share India's culture and create platforms where voices like mine can be heard. Their work brings generations together and reminds us that we are not alone, even thousands of miles away from our home. And what better time to honor them than during Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month? I think this is a time to celebrate the contributions, stories, and strength of our communities. This award isn't just a recognition, it's a celebration of resilience, culture, and a community spread. Vanakkam and congratulations to AIACPA. Thank you. I attended their India Day event last year at HAC, and it honestly felt like everywhere, samosas, saris, and smiles everywhere. I think we should agree. It reminded me that no matter where we are, our roots, Nama Ooru, are always with us. To my fellow students, especially those who came here with nothing but dreams in their suitcase, keep showing up, one event, one connection, one opportunity at a time. You will write your own story. I will end with a quote I live by from Arthur R.S. Gray. She believed she could, so she did it. Thank you all, and Nandri, congratulations again to AIACPA.
Through it all, HU has been fortunate to have a very visionary leadership on the Board of Trustees. Tonight, we have a number of trustees in attendance. Will you please stand? No, you have to stand. Yeah, there we go. Okay. There we go. Thank you very much. Don't clap too much. They got to be out fundraising. It's a pleasure to introduce Michael Fiaschetti, chairman of the Harrisburg University Board of Trustees, a seasoned executive and strategic thinker. Michael brings a steady hand, sharp mind, and just enough charm to keep board meetings both productive and mildly entertaining. His leadership reflects a deep commitment to innovation, accountability, and impact. Mr. Chairman.
Well, it's great to see everybody here tonight. Thank you guys for coming out. Your support is so important for this amazing institution. You've heard so much about it. You heard from Dave. And what more can I say than what these students have said? They are amazing. Another round of applause for them. I'm honored to serve as chairman of the Board of Trustees of Harrisburg University. I am very, very passionate about this mission and about what we're doing here, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. But I was nominated this past spring when Governor Mark Singel's term was up, and I want to give a special thanks to Mark. Mark guided this university through some very tough times. Of course, his tenure was during the COVID years, so he had some very challenging time. Mark, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, HU staff, the faculty, the students, I want to thank you for your leadership and unwavering commitment to Harrisburg University. Please stand up for a minute, please. Mark, please stand up. Thank you so much. He did a tremendous job. I mentioned our amazing students, and you heard from them. There's not much more I can say that they didn't already say. They truly are amazing. And many of them, as you heard, are the first in their family to attend college, the first generation. Their stories are so compelling, and it really underscores the importance of our mission and the importance of this university and higher education here in Harrisburg and in this region. I have deeply held beliefs about education and the impact that education has on individuals. Education opens the mind and unleashes possibilities and opportunities that would have never been here for these individuals. And simply put, education changes lives for the better for the rest of that person's lives. So what we're doing is we're changing lives. How powerful is that? I mean, it really is. Thank you. At Harrisburg University, we are dedicated to educating students, many of whom would not have otherwise had this opportunity, as I mentioned. And because of our commitment, we're changing lives and changing the community for the better. I believe, and let me get off the script for a second. I absolutely believe that Harrisburg University is the most important institution in this city in the last half a century. I really believe that. And we're here to make it last for another century. So by being here tonight, you're helping to solidify the future of this critically important institution and helping to meet the mission of improving lives through education. Of course, the individuals most responsible for the life-changing work are the faculty and staff of the university. Without the dedication of the professors and the staff, none of this would be possible. And we have some amazing professors. Will all the professors and the staff of the university stand? Please stand. On behalf of the Board of Trustees and the students, we thank you. You know, Dave Shankweiler keeps telling me, he's told me 3 or 4 times, Mike, you can't believe it. This staff is absolutely amazing. The professors are amazing. And by the way, Dave, you're amazing, so thank you. Yeah. I want all of you to know tonight that we are committed to a long-term, world-class education experience right here in Harrisburg, in the heart of Pennsylvania. We ask for your continued support, and we thank you again for joining us. This is one of our favorite nights of the year. Everybody in this room who sponsors the event supports our scholarships, hosts interns. You're part of our mission, and you share in our success, and we really, really appreciate it, and we need you now more than ever. Thank you so much for being here. Now, of course, some contributions stand out. The Impact Award, which we're here to do tonight, honors those in our community who have made invaluable contributions to the establishment of Harrisburg University as a regional and national education powerhouse and resource. This is the highest award given at Harrisburg University, and it's a symbol of the recipient's deep commitment to HU and the community that we serve. Tonight, we're honoring a fierce advocate for they advocate for the betterment of Harrisburg, for the state of Pennsylvania, and they are steadfast as an ally of Harrisburg University. We are very proud to recognize the AIACPA as our 2025 Impact Award honoree. Guys, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We honor you for your gifts of time and expertise. You exemplify the generosity and compassion that make our community stronger and better. And your example perfectly matches the university's intention to lead the resurgence of Harrisburg as a place of inclusion, education, and technological excellence. Thank you so much.
AIACPA and Harrisburg University are certainly inextricably bound. The leadership and guidance from their board of directors and advisory council have been remarkable. A few weeks ago, Provost Purcell and I were in India, and we came across a dedication plaque to the poet Rudyard Kipling in Mumbai, where he was born. His well-known poem, If, has a wonderful verse that really personifies Deep Gupta. If you can walk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And that's you, Deep. Co-founder and chairman for the AIACPA Advisory Committee and Council, please join me in giving a thunderous applause to HU's Impact honoree, AIACPA, Dr. Deep Gupta.
We, first of all, on behalf of the AIAC, Asian Indian Community of Central Pennsylvania, I thank the management of Harrisburg University. And besides Mark Singhal, who I know for a long, long time. I really want to thank all of you, and particularly Ryan, who has been such a great contact and such a great person. He is always, yes, we can do it. Yes, we will do it. Yes. So he is a yes person. Is that how you teach him, Mr. Dev? He has an excellent, happy personality, and that's a lot. That means a lot. We have been working with Harrisburg University for a long time. Actually, you folks won't believe it. Long time back, when Mayor Reed, I talked to him one day. I said, how come Harrisburg does not have a university in this town? Because he used to work across, I used to work in labor industry, and first he was working in health and welfare, then he became a state representative, and then ran for state mayor. So I had good access to him, and he said, everything will slowly work, takes time. So all of you, all of the board, all of the management, all of the professors, all of the students who are here, on behalf of our community, we are very thankful that you are doing such a great job in teaching these kids. As Asian Indians, we believe a lot that all of our kids should be highly educated. And I'm sure that most of you know that that's how the Indian community is in this area. I used to work as part of US Department of Labor, and one time there was a joke in the department that when there are 7 Indians, there are 9 master's degrees and 11 PhDs. I don't know how they calculated it, but they did. I really, of course, since we came in contact, we always thought of very good about the place. But last year, when some of our students, they got into fire in their house, as soon as I came to know, and then I called Ryan. And folks, you will not believe that he said, okay, I can meet you today, what time? And from then on, we will do this, we will provide you a residence to students, they lost computers, we will take care of that, we will take care of their cell telephones. I mean, I have been in this town for over 55 years. I never saw that much generosity in any educational institution. Any educational institution. Actually, first when he told me all that, I was a little concerned that has he talked to his boss before promising all that. Ryan, now it's time for you to come here. Please give Ryan a big hand what he does for the university, how he has always smiling and happy and can do person. Never some money?
Yeah. How much do you need? What did we settle on?
I'm going to announce. After hearing Ryan's comments and also David's comments, I have not heard yet Pam's comments. I slowly just talked to our people, and they have allowed me to announce that AIACPA will be setting up an endowment fund for the students soon. So with that, I'm very, very thankful on behalf of all these people and the whole community and all of you to the management of Harrisburg University. Keep it a wonderful job, and whatever we can do, we will do it. I'm a little bit concerned right now. I don't know how the enrollment is going to be impacted by the new policies of our administration, but that's going to be for everybody, not just this university. So hopefully, if there's anything we can do, anything, Ryan, give me a call, or all of our people are always ready and available. With that, thank you all, thank you very much.
You're the best. You are the best. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh my God.
On behalf of Harrisburg University, I'd like to thank all of you who contribute to the work of AIACPA. You've strengthened the fabric of our university and its extended family in ways that will be felt for generations. And I speak for other yes men in the audience by saying it's very easy to agree aggressively until a pledge agreement is across the table. But Deep, we really do appreciate it, and we've appreciated all the partnership with all of you through the years. Those of us that have worked alongside of you know how deserving you are of this recognition. Your belief in Harrisburg University and your contributions to South Central Pennsylvania are more than admirable. They're instructive. You set the bar for all of us. And what a night it's been. We've celebrated a true champion of our mission, and we've heard directly from students who inspire it, students who, when given the opportunity, deliver. Thank you again to Select Medical, Capital Blue Cross, Members First Federal Credit Union, and UPMC for their presenting sponsorships. Tonight's event was made possible by a small and talented team led by Olivia Sorensen and Emily Malice, and Derek Weitzel and Dan Willem and Jenny Chang and Giancarlo Vino, and certainly Pam Lambert, our new Chief Philanthropy Officer. The development team and the marketing team and communications at HU, supported by the wonderful team at Clock Entertainment. And how about a round of applause again for the Hilton Harrisburg on an exceptional job tonight. On behalf of the leadership team, Interim President Dave Shankweiler, our CFO, CEO, freshly minted from vacation, Dwayne Maughan, our Provost, Kevin Purcell, and as Dave Shankweiler likes to remind us, this is a university event, so yes, there is homework. And your assignment, it's clear. Ask yourself how you'll stay connected to Harrisburg University. Everything we do causes a ripple. What will your ripple be? Will you host an intern like John Boyer and shape a future? Will you become a champion of our annual fund? And there's a lot of lawyers in this room tonight. So when you think of the scale of justice, and you think of institutions like HU and more traditional institutions that have 100-year timelines, an endowment head start, decades of alumni, but when you compete them against ours and our students in this audience here tonight, do we even out the scales? And what will help us put them in our favor? Will your company or your family launch a family scholarship to open doors for the next Braden and Martin and Ashley and Scott and Rosa and Priya? Because tonight, did they steal the show? Because of you, we've raised much needed support for our Emerging Scholars Fund. And if you're moved to do more, and I can keep talking if you're not believed to do so, there's a QR code discreetly tucked on the back of your program. This is an invitation to help us keep building. But as Dave mentioned seriously, come for a conversation, learn more, and at the same time, do more. Most of all, I ask you to share what you've witnessed tonight. Tell the story of Harrisburg University, still young, still nimble, and still rewriting the rules of who higher education is for. Our city has its challenges, our world even more. Global conflict has spilled into our classrooms, and yet students from across the globe still come here, believing in the promise of possibility. Statistically, tonight, somewhere since the start of this gala, a girl who was born in Gujarat will fall in love with an American. In the child they raise together, that child may discover something extraordinary, solve a problem none of us yet understand, or simply build a life of meaning and dignity because two worlds came together. That's what global education does. That's what Harrisburg University does. It's just not about degrees, it's about destiny. Just when we think we've measured the full strength of our stretch, we realize, after hearing our students tonight, our capacity isn't fixed. It's expanding, it's rising, it's limitless. This is the moment for Harrisburg University to confront what's difficult, to pursue what's daring, to achieve what once seemed impossible, to be a preeminent metropolitan university. Tonight, I'm inspired like many of you, and I'm convinced more than ever there's no challenge we can't meet and no future we can't build. Harrisburg University is built to rise.